Welcome to another episode of Enter the Battlefield, a podcast about Magic the Gathering by Playcafe. At your service, my name is Leo, here with Renmar, and you made it to our second ever episode.
We're back, and thank you for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed the first one, and hopefully you get to learn a bit more and enjoy this one too.
Did you buy any pre-cons, or have you played a lot of MTG Arena since the first episode? Like and subscribe if you're learning a lot about Magic the Gathering, and if you'd want to see our next uploads, whether it be about MTG or Beyblade X, since that is the other podcast on this very channel, 3BP, hosted by yours truly. Real quick, please like and subscribe and follow us on social media at playcafebgc on Facebook for more updates on products, events, promos, and everything about Playcafe. We are located in Upper McKinley along Tuscany in BGC, so we're near Venice Grand Canal. We're open from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. and 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. on weekends.
Yeah.
So, last episode we talked about how to get into Magic, and one major reason why people stay is because of the very in-depth color system.
Yes. So for Magic the Gathering, as hopefully you know by now, when you play MTG, you're using mana as resources, and those mana have corresponding colors, or for some certain cards, no colors. So there's white, blue, green, red, black. That's the main 5 colors that you have. But you also have uncolored as another category of mana.
I think it's called colorless.
Or colorless. Oh yeah, right. No, because I was thinking of the U in Booberg.
It's blue.
Is the U blue?
Yeah, Wooberg, diba? White, blue,
Blue.
black.
Yeah, right.
Get it?
Yeah, colorless.
Yes.
I blanked on that.
So, quick bit of trivia. Originally, the concept for Magic Gathering came from one of the creators, Dr. Richard Garfield's
The Garf?
old designs for a game called
What was it again?
the five colors, or something like that. Basta, it's always been based on colors. And through the years, because of this concept, that they eventually developed into what we call the color pie, na parang design bible for the game. It stayed with the same kind of concepts for about 30 years and counting.
Yeah, and to even add more to the importance of the color system for Magic the Gathering, it dictates a lot of the story beats that you see. Because yes, Magic the Gathering even has its own lore, its own story within its own IP. I know a lot of you are probably getting into MTG because you saw SpongeBob cards or Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, things that we call are from universes beyond or Secret Lair. But Magic the Gathering has its very own story-rich IP within its own universe that has a lot of the color identities as the main story beat or focal points for the lore.
And the reason why it affects the story or the flavor is because these 5 colors, white, blue, black, red, and green, they are attached to certain identities or certain concepts within the world, and that's part of the genius. Okay, real quick, let's run through white. White is the first color a lot of people will run into.
Yeah.
Because of how it is, number one, at the start of the color pie, kasi nga Wooberg, diba, white, and how it's basically just, it's a good guy color. Parang on face value, it is the color of morality, and it is the color of order.
Yeah. I think one way for us to understand the colors is, for me, what I love is looking at it at its most extremes. So if you think of white, you think good guys, order, but then think of order at its most extreme, where it doesn't necessarily always have to be good, right? Order at any cost. So if it's order at any cost, sometimes it can be a little bit too punishing. You think of taxes.
Restricting.
That's why there are a lot of white cards that force you to pay a certain amount of mana to do things towards the person who's holding white. One example would be Smothering Tithe. When an opponent draws a card, they have to pay a certain amount. If not, then you get to draw a card as well.
Make treasure.
Make treasure, right. Yeah, make treasure.
Yeah. So, yun yung main concept ng white. Blue is next. Wooberg. It's because they know that black is coming up next. So they just took the blue, the part of that color, and then just used it. Blue is the color of logic and technology. The color of progress.
Yeah. There's one card that I would very closely link to blue, and it's one of my commanders, Urza, Lord High Artificer. Because what Urza does is, in the lore, he is, well, an artificer. He's one of the greatest minds in the universe of Magic the Gathering, and he creates constructs. And he uses those constructs, and he uses unearthed knowledge by him and his brother Mishra to tap into an ancient power source, power stones. And so you use those artifacts as a source of mana, as a source of energy. So that's one of the best ways I could look at blue. It's if white is order, blue is knowledge at any cost.
Yep. Basically, machine wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. We build things, and then sometimes magic is involved, knowledge.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think moving forward, for each color, parang we can name like a character or a role archetype so that people can easily more grasp like who that is for or what that is.
Yeah.
So white is like the police.
The police.
Or soldiers.
Yeah, okay.
Diba?
Soldiers, I think, would be a good way to look at it because I think white, at one point in the history of Standard, was known for a strategy called weenies, wherein you just bring out like little dudes and then you
Plenty
buff them up,
dudes.
plenty of little dudes. And I think one card that does that well thematically is a character named Elspeth, and through her multiple printings, who thrives with having a lot of soldiers and little weenie dudes just around on the board.
So she is white incarnate.
Yes.
So that's white. Blue is, again, machine wizards.
Yeah.
So artificers, machinists.
Yeah. The other one would be Jace Bellerin, one of the main characters.
He's a
of MTG.
mind magician.
Yeah,
he's a
he's
memory
more
mage.
the mental aspect of it.
Yep.
Like the more magical aspect of the blue color.
Yep. The next color in the color pie is black. So Woob, black. It's a color of parasitism and amorality. Basically, greatness at all costs. Like, it doesn't matter what it takes. I am going to achieve it, and I don't care what I lose along the way.
Yeah. One of the best things I've heard said about black is it's ambition at any cost. It's not necessarily evil.
It's not evil.
It's just you're willing to pay the price. A lot of black cards force you to pay your own life, sacrifice your own creature to really thrive with it. And who else better to personify that than Yawgmoth? A card called Yawgmoth Thran Physician, one of the key figures of the lore of Magic the Gathering, who would eventually become the god and forefather of a line of not creatures, but a race called the Phyrexians.
Yep. Robotic parasites
Yeah.
that just conquer full worlds and just make more of themselves. So it's not because they're evil, it's just that's how they were built.
Yeah.
And that's all they know.
Exactly.
So I think that's the type. That's what you attach. Black is parasites.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they want to do that. It's just that's what they're designed to do.
Yeah. It's parasites, zombies, things that you can sacrifice, skeletons, symbiotes. Again, it's ambition. You have your thralls. You have your what's that word? Disposable. There we go. You have your disposable resources.
Little
you're willing to
minions.
spend.
Little
Your
minions.
Yeah.
So some part of it you can't take away talaga. Talagang evil might come into play as like as a part of word association, but not necessarily. Not
Yeah.
always.
Exactly.
There are good guys in black, but it's not an essential part of the black identity.
Yeah.
Nasasabit lang siya.
Yeah.
So that's Woob. R is next, which is red, the color of chaos, the color of impulse, the color of emotion. Feeling is red.
Yeah. I've actually never thought of red like that. I've always
It
just thought of red as like
Color of intensity.
intensity. There we go. Uncontrolled magical growth. And if there's a character I could link to red, it would probably have to be Chandra.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is the first and still most prolific red character in Magic.
Yeah, there is a printing of her in almost every line. So there's multiple versions of Chandra Nalar, I believe
Yep.
is her last name, yeah. And
Yep.
she's always linked with just getting more red mana or dealing damage.
Yep.
Fire, I think, embodies red so
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's represented by mountains, pero fire pa rin talaga. Like the symbol is freaking fire.
Yeah.
So just imagine a burning ember represented in any form of magic. Like that is red. It's fleeting kasi mauubusan na siya ng oxygen, it's over. But it has the power to take over and engulf anything.
Yes.
So, mechanically speaking, we'll talk about what red is, but that is red. And then last but not least, Wooburg, green. It's the color of nature. It is instinct, interdependence, growth. Big.
Yeah.
The color of big.
That's like the best way to look at green. But also, I like that how in the color fire and the color circle, you always see green and red beside each other, because those are the ones that I see as uncontrollable growth. Uncontrollable growth through the earth for red, uncontrollable growth through nature for green. So if you think of just a non-stop growing forest, that's how I imagine green as. But then it's also very closely linked to creatures, to animals, dinosaurs, elephants, like big dudes who just want to stomp.
Or people congregating. Because
Yeah.
that's the nature of civilization, di ba? Magsasama-sama yung mga tao to grow community, and that's why it goes full circle.
Yeah.
Wooberg, go, ro,
Yeah.
Di ba? Like, that's what a color pie is, a color circle.
Yeah, so I like that as we discuss it like this, you see just how certain color identities, when talked about beside each other, you can see how closely linked they actually could be, and how you can share certain traits about it, and which explains some of the most iconic combinations in the game, or some of the most annoying to deal with. Going up against red and green together can be quickly overwhelming if left unchecked.
Kasi sobrang laki and sobrang bilis.
Yeah.
Blue and white, it's like, how come they have answers to everything I want to do,
Yeah.
and they don't allow me to do anything?
Yeah.
It's a color of knowledge and order.
Yeah, then when you combine blue and black together, it's like, whoa, he's sacking himself, but he's getting resources, but he also has ways to answer me. He's not just hurting himself, he's controlling me too. Black and green is like the rebirth of life. You know,
Life and death.
It's a way, life and death. Now playing around that. Black and red, how would you describe black and red?
Black and red is fast and chaotic.
Oh, yeah, they're chaos.
And then you just, there are many different kinds of black and red, but sacrificing things
Yeah.
is one of them, and then napapaikot niya lang. So that's the genius of the color pie, and that's why even 20 years, 30 years into one's Magic career, it is still what defines what people love or hate about this game. So that being said, what were your impressions when you were new, when you were very new? Like, what do you think of these 5 colors? Like, did one strongly pull you in? Do you have a favorite now? Do you have a favorite then?
All right. So because of my experiences with Magic, MTG Arena, and the decks that they have pre-built for players, when I think of white, I think of little dudes, soldiers, cats, gaining life. So it's not necessarily like big creatures, but it's a bunch of small creatures that can overwhelm. When you think of blue, yeah, I instantly just thought about artifacts, like the affinity for
Drawing
artifacts.
cards.
Drawing cards, or in some scenarios, forcing opponents to lose their cards or lose the top of their deck. For black, that always perplexed me, and it was always very intimidating, because I was like, you have to hurt yourself to win? Wait, it actually works out.
And then what's it doing? It's also drawing cards. Its things are big,
Yeah.
but it costs me life.
Yeah.
Again, anything for greatness.
Yeah, anything for greatness. For red, it's okay, sure, hurt me, but
Go zoom.
he keeps hurting me. Why? It just won't stop. While green is, that's a big dinosaur.
So this is what MTG Arena shows you.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of a computer game, diba? A video game is the designers can choose what they show you,
Yeah.
so that you have a parang tailored experience. When you were left out to the open, when you played on paper, was it the same effect? Did you feel like the colors were just as alive? Maybe even more.
Yeah, definitely even more so, because most of my experiences playing Magic the Gathering are Commander. It's a eternal format. It has a very wide pool throughout
It
the
has
history
everything.
of Magic. It has everything, except for some save banned cards. And I love Commander because you really get to see the flexibility and the identity of the colors, where you really test the limit of what it means to be a white deck, but then you also have, for example, red, if you're Boros, right? Like, okay, you try to overwhelm with little creatures and constantly ping, but then you also see the trade-off. So yeah, definitely, when I started playing it on paper even more often, going through my shops, it was very alive, and it's always one of the best things about playing Magic paper, not online. Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite color now?
My favorite color is and always will be green.
Still green.
It's still green. So green has access to a lot of what we call ramp. It allows you to get mana quickly through creatures or through just getting your lands very fast. I like getting resources quickly so I can build. And there's just something about green that draws me to it.
It's comforting.
It's comforting.
Parang meron kang training wheels all the time. It's
Yeah,
like someone's
yeah.
holding your hand.
Yeah.
Nature is on your side.
Yeah, I could spend like 4 or 5 turns just getting mana. Suddenly by turn 6, I have a near unstoppable massive dinosaur that the table now is forced to deal with.
It's on you.
It's on
Kayo
you
na.
now.
Deal with it, right?
Yeah.
I honestly had a slow burn relationship with the color pie because I'm a big fan of game design. I'm a big fan of design articles written by Mark Rosewater. Everything published on the Mothership. That's what the website is called.
Oh.
At the time before the golden age. Well, at the golden age of the internet, the early 2000s. I kid you not. I would download articles on my phone.
Oh, cool.
Nung hindi pa uso yung data.
Yeah.
When we're traveling and like I had to go out the house.
Yeah.
I would like read articles on my phone, and now with podcasts, YouTube videos, video essays, it's so much easier to consume that. So I've always had the interest in the design of the color pie. That said, even if that's very intellectual, I also like Unga Bunga. So of all the decks I built, parang, so why does this have green?
Yeah, you just go back to it.
Yeah.
And I think it's something also with the design where as time goes on, green is starting to have almost everything.
Green can almost green can destroy things.
Yeah.
Green can sack itself to gain certain things.
Yeah.
Parang blackish.
Like I had an experience here in
Bluish.
in Playcafe where I was playing with some very experienced players. This was a couple of months ago, so I wasn't as knowledgeable or as experienced yet. But I just showed up with them on a green, and I was surprised that like these dudes who I know are like great at combos, all that, great MTG players. We're struggling with my little lowly out of nowhere built 40 landfall stompy green deck.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah, that had like it had protection, it had removal, it had pretty much anything that you could ask for, other than like counter spells.
But you're just green.
Yeah, but I'm just green.
So that's why green is good. But besides that, my second favorite color would be red. I just like I don't want to say randomness, but I like how fast and how on-demand red is. Because in a game of Commander where there's 100 cards in your deck, and they're all singleton, I like the fact na there's some level of, oh, I can do this. Or, oh, I didn't expect that. Even when it's already very random.
Yeah, it's very interactive because a lot.
That's it. I think
Yeah.
red is interactive, red is dynamic.
Yeah, they're dynamic also, and it's good that if you are somehow able to pull off a mono red deck in Commander, although a lot of people would say mono red is like one of the really toughest to play, but if you look at even other formats, specifically Standard, in the 60 card format, in the most before Commander, the most popular competitive format, there we go. A mono red is always there. There's always a place
Yeah.
for mono red with how quickly you can get stuff.
And it's always burn.
Yeah.
But that's what's cool. If kaya mong gumawa ng red deck that is not burn, and it does its thing good, then that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
That's your creative expression, which is part of red's identity. It's a color of feeling. It's the color of emotion,
Yeah.
creativity.
Passion. It's
That
very
too.
passionate.
That too.
Yeah.
I like.
I love.
So with that said, what is your most beloved color? What do you like about that color identity? Put it in the comments below because we want to hear about all of you guys. Where are the white love? I don't want to say that. Wait. Where are the people who love white? Where are the
White mana.
yeah? White. Where are the? I'm sure maraming fans yung black.
They're usually Makati.
I'm sure maraming fans yung black. I'm sure maraming fans yung blue because people love drawing and countering stuff.
Yeah.
You nerds.
Yeah.
So tell us about it. Put it in the comments below. Now, since we're asking them what their favorite colors are and what their favorite things about these colors are, why don't we give them options? Because we love all the colors equally. Not really. And we have favorite things about these colors. So let's start with white. What is your favorite thing about white?
Oh, again, because of MTG Arena, it would be the life gain, the little dudes, the tokens, the little 1/1 cats and soldiers, or maybe even literally there's like a category of creatures called citizens. That means in my head, it's literally just a dude in the battlefield standing there like, You want life? I'm gonna give you life. I'm gonna
So-
help you out. Sup? I'm gonna help you out. So
What am I doing here?
yeah, that's what I fell in love with white, and I think one of the reasons why, no matter, I built a mono blue deck that for some reason still goes hella wide like a white deck. With lots of 1/1s or lots of artifacts, and yeah, it's because of MTG Arena. I just love that idea of wide board, buff them up, make them strong through one really strong card, and then go.
Go wide.
Go wide.
I love counters. White deals with counters and not just +1/+1 counters. Like White has passing of counters. White has ability counters. And the board gamer in me likes playing around with these counters.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite thing about White. How about blue? What do you love about blue? You talked about Urza earlier.
Yeah.
You like artifacts?
I like artifacts. I really like artifacts. How it's such a flexible play style. Yes, you can overwhelm the board with lots of artifacts, but you don't necessarily need to attack them. Attack with them. You use them as your source of power.
You
to
can
do other
diddle.
things.
You can fiddle with
You can fiddle with it. I think the best way to look at it is like, just imagine you're Tony Stark. You're in a cave with a box of scraps and you make magic with it. I love artifacts.
Tony is red and blue,
Yeah,
literally.
he's literally red and blue though. Yes, there is if you're unfamiliar, there's a bunch of Marvel cards.
Yep, right here. Pop! That's Iron Man. What I like about blue is just, it's very basic. I'm primal. Card draw.
Card draw, yeah.
I love card draw.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing most commonly attributed to blue.
Yep.
Just advantage.
Yep.
Because again, when you think of your deck for Magic the Gathering, think of it as your knowledge base.
Yep.
And then the more cards you draw, that means you're gaining more info. You're gaining more advantage towards your opponent because you know more than them.
Blue is really good at that.
And that's why I just want to add this. Like when people describe losing in MTG because you can't draw your deck anymore.
You didn't see it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, imagine it as your avatar, your dude going insane. You have too much knowledge, too much power. You have nothing to draw anymore, and your mind just goes
Or you
blank.
lost all your memories.
Or you lost all your memories.
and you cannot
yeah.
function.
Yeah.
So that blue really shows the relationship of of the extension of your deck as your knowledge base, your knowledge pool,
Yeah.
your memories.
Shout out to all the dudes who win through Laboratory Maniac. That's a card wherein if you draw from your library and you have no more cards, you just win the game. Shout out to you guys.
So like you're rewarded for going crazy.
Yeah.
So let's talk about black. A lot of things black can do, but what is your most favorite part about black?
It's paying life. There was one podcast I heard that really changed my view on the black color, and yeah, it's just ambition at any cost, even though it hurts me. I like how the idea of just I can pay 10 life.
It's an extra resource.
It's an extra resource, but then it suddenly swings the game. It suddenly forces a lot of people to go, wait, panic mode. The dude lost 10 health, but he's even stronger. What are we gonna do now? It's so interesting.
Kill him!
To me. Yeah, kill him. He's hurting himself, but he likes it.
My favorite thing about black is graveyard interaction. I think of
yeah.
all the colors, most colors can now actually interact with the graveyard, but black did it before it was cool. Black loved pulling creatures out of the graveyard, putting them in the graveyard, playing around with it, paying for costs with the graveyard.
Yeah.
That's a black thing.
Yeah, and that's always really cool to see in mono black, but it's also really cool to see in combination with blue.
Yeah.
Because like marrying that idea together where it's just knowledge at any cost, ambition at any cost.
You have two decks or two hands, like
Yeah.
this and this.
Exactly.
So good. Red, though, again, this is my maybe possibly second favorite color. Depends on which day of the week. My favorite color. I love how some things in red aren't permanent because it makes the game feel faster. Like, so this is, I can only do this turn, or this has haste, so I gotta use that.
Yeah.
I love that. I like that. How do you say, soft lock?
Yeah.
Na parang I have to act now.
Yeah, it's only there for a moment, so make it worth it.
Yes, make it count.
Yeah, which is perfect for like the emotion-based perception that you had towards red. For me, it's just straight up direct damage. Because so many times, well, as getting into the standard format, getting into MTG Arena, I just died because of a lightning bolt. So there's two cards that, in my head, is the most red to me. It's
The
so
reddest
simple.
cards.
It's lightning bolt and impact tremors. For lightning bolt, it's direct ping to any target. For impact tremors, it's when a creature goes in under your control, everyone just loses 1 damage, 1 health.
Very red.
Yeah, it's very
Very
red.
red. It
Your
keeps the
opponents
game
lose it.
moving.
Yeah.
It rewards you for doing things. That's red. Proactivity. Now, the last color, green, which we both have a love relationship with.
Yeah.
Your favorite thing?
I mean, as Biggie once said, just big, meaty men slapping meat. It's just something so fun to seeing cardboard with like pack 20 numbered dice on it and just smacking each other. I am what they call a little Timmy. I like big creatures, man.
Little Timmy loves
meaty
big creatures.
Yeah.
That's player psychographics. We'll talk about it in a later episode, but that's how well Magic knows its player base, that they've attached names to certain types of players. So you like big creatures.
Yes.
Even if you don't have to do anything with that creature, the fact that it's there, you like it.
Yeah, like I don't even need to win by trampling all over my opponents. If I have a board with just maybe like 3 or 4 really big dudes, and my other opponents are just going like, "Do you really want to mess with that?" I'm okay. I'm already having fun.
That is your idea of fun.
Yeah.
I like that green can do almost anything as long as it has to do with creatures. You mentioned, Ganina, that you played a game here month back or so at Playcafe with a green deck, and then you can seemingly do anything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was true because you had dudes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Green can draw cards if you have dudes. Green can kill other creatures if you have dudes.
Yeah, it doesn't that's what I like about green. It doesn't necessarily have to go wide all the time or go tall all the time. It can also go wide like white.
Yep.
Except the go wide of green is, in a way, it's sort of similar to like black, where your dudes are your resources, but you don't have to sacrifice them. It's like they're there and they are a resource because they want to be a resource.
Yeah, when you do certain actions, like a card like Avenger of Zendikar,
Yeah.
you drop it based on how many lands you have. You make more dudes. You drop lands. These dudes grow.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I love that there's layers to green's interaction with creatures. Creatures. That's green. What are your favorite parts about your favorite colors? Go into the comment section. We want to hear from y'all. We're about to wrap up this episode of Enter the Battlefield. Hopefully you guys have a better understanding or, a new curiosity or interest in color pie theory. If you're early on in your Magic career, or if you're old, I don't want to say old. When you're seasoned, if you're seasoned,
A veteran.
a veteran, what surprises you about the color pie that still you learn about even to this day? Before we close off, how about we even the odds? Last episode, I beat Renmar with a better pull.
So I gotta overcompensate. So I got a collector booster from Innistrad Remastered.
Hello, then. Let's see. This has got to be good. This is like times 3 the SRP of what we used to open.
Oh wait, no, the big pulls are gonna be up front.
So you gotta flip it.
Yeah, the big pulls are up front because you have the token up front. So I have to flip it around.
Okay.
We'll do 5.
Save the good pull.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's a collector booster expert.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, that's very good already.
Yeah, lumber knot.
Oh wait, no. It looks like Rishkar's expertise.
Ooh, abundant growth. A nice foil swamp, soul cipher board, infernal grass.
Very good.
Lightning mauler, aim high, siege zombie, bard hostility, gather the Here we are at the token. We got galvanic iteration. The Git Rock monster, baby.
Show him the Git Rock. Give me the Git.
Here's the Git. That's a mythic,
Git Rock
baby.
monster. Still possibly one of the best green-black creatures or commander decks.
Yeah, that's I'm playing this with Baba Lisaga, or maybe I'll make this the commander. Let's see. And the second time in my life, I get another full art Edgar Mark. Oh, is that full art? Yeah, no, it's a alt border. Edgar Markov.
God.
That's the second Edgar Markov I pulled one last week.
Pero may ganyan ka na, di ba?
Yeah, and that's why I made an Edgar Markov deck. So nakabawi ako sa'yo. But overcompensation.
Yeah, you beat me, man. You win. What's that? What's the last one? Collective Brutality.
Yeah, the last one was Collective Brutality. Yeah, that's my third one in my entire life.
Renmar wins.
Yes.
No question. Use your own mic.
I'm very happy with these.
He wins.
But I already have the Edgar Markov.
Wala akong bawi.
Yeah.
Next episode, we'll see where we end up, but he wins. Gosh. Oh, we're going to put up a image of the list of events we have here at Playcafe over the next week. Come join us for Beyblade X. We run it 3 times a week. Come join us for some Commander, Bracket 2, Bracket 3. We might try some CEDH. Dual Commander is always a thing here. Legacy as well. Standard. some Lorcana join us, Unmatched. Come on in. Pokemon, we run Pokemon twice a week. If you have questions about products, events, you want to know exactly where we are, in case you're wondering, it's along Tuscany here in Upper McKinley in BGC. Send us a message at playcafebgc on Facebook. That's at playcafebgc. Give us a good like. I think we are approaching the 5K mark. Anything else? Are you gonna gloat over your pull?
I'm gonna be happy. I'll just enjoy Magic, and if you have time, listen a little bit more about the lore of the colors. Again, colors is one of the most beautiful things about Magic. Look for content online about it, old articles maybe, as you mentioned, that could still be up, and just enjoy it.
This has been another episode of Enter the Battlefield. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Tell a friend. If you're from a different hobby and you ended up on this, welcome. He's Renmar, I'm Leo. We're coming at you from Play Cafe. See you next time.